Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on the 12th of April, Sunday, 2015 at around 3:15 in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. This is called pre-planning. One must always plan ahead. Unlike not having my stick out far enough. Not that stick, my selfie stick, my iPole. Let's see if I can knock these over. Well, it's Sunday afternoon and you say, but Joe, you went to church. And indeed I will say I went to church, but perhaps you're also saying, but Joe, you're not watching the end of the Masters. And indeed, I'm not watching the ending of the Masters because as much as I would like to, it's just too daggone nice out here. Who's going to win's going to win, and I'll find out about it anyway. It's been glorious. I got home from church about 12:30. And I was reader number 1, read the Acts, pericope. I always pronounce that word pericope until somebody set me straight on that. And in none too nice a way either. And then another woman from the congregation read the second reading, the epistle, from 1 John, the first letter of John. She did a good job. No, she won't do the wine for some reason. Well, there's been a certain issue with alcohol in her family, I guess. In any case, she did a decent job. Good. Roseanne's sermon was almost surreal to listen to because it was about Thomas and Saint Thomas, the Apostle Thomas, is my very favorite apostle, as you might guess, since my son is named after him. Well, or it could be taken that way anyway. And if any of you have watched my video from about, it's been back a while. I think might have been 2013 even, entitled the Not So Doubting Thomas. Her sermon was pretty close to what I said, and I wrote that in 2010. Now she actually expanded a bit. Well, obviously she expanded a bit because that's she had far more training in these matters than I have done. She talked about John had a completely different idea of sin than the other three evangelists. He didn't view sin as a moral issue so much, she said, as a failure to place yourself continually within the influence of the Holy Ghost and within the presence of God as shown to us continually in the risen Christ. Which I thought was an interesting. That's something I'm going to have to sort of, when I read a lot of this stuff again, rethink things in terms of that idea. So that was very good. And she also dropped a little bombshell on us, which is bad. Well, we knew this was happening anyway, but very good for her. She's going to go be the rector at Grace Episcopal Church in Willoughby, Ohio, which, as I understand it, is the church she grew up in. And she seemed so happy when she announced this, not happy to be leaving us, but happy to be able to go to this place. Which I remember a long time ago, when I was still going to the Bible, quote, study, unquote, that she had said that's where she'd like to end up someday. Well, wow, so I'm going to have to, her last Sunday's going to be the 26th of April. My Judge Buddy and I will be reading that day. I guess her first day up there in Willoughby's the 15th of May. I'll see if she needs any help moving or anything, maybe take a couple truckloads of stuff up for her. But I'm sure she's probably got professional movers. But, at least I can make the offer. Hell, I'd like to see where she's going. It's about a 3.5 hour drive up there, though, and back. Well, so it'd be 7 hours on the road. Well, I can do it. I just have to plan ahead. If I know I'm going to do it, I can plan ahead. So we actually, despite the fact that traditionally the second Sunday in Easter has a low turnout, hence the phrase low Sunday. I'd always heard it called Thomas Sunday. Perhaps that's from other Protestant traditions. We had easily 40 people at the 10:30 service, despite the fact they only had 13 at the 8 o'clock service, and that was counting the altar crew. So good for the 10:30 people, and a couple of new ones too. Good, great. So that's the latest news from St. Peter's. Now, I got home and I found an email from my son, and obviously they're not coming up today, and I didn't think they would. He says we're doing laundry and getting ourselves squared away for the, getting back into the fray, and that's very understandable. He gave me this link to Flickr or some damn thing where he puts these pictures, and I've tried that link in the past, and I can never make it work. So maybe I'll try it later on. Well, obviously I'll try it later. I'm not holding up too much hope. I've been out here getting some sun on the bog. If I get about 3 sort of hour and 15-minute sessions of sun on the bod in April, I don't look like some sort of pale weef. And then I don't have to spend much time in the sun. I retain that sort of tan. I'm such a pimp. Yeah, I know. Up to about mid-November, actually. Another couple of days like this, I'll be tuned up. So, any of you 25, 30, 35-year-old guys out there that like a 63-year-old guy that's got an off-the-wall sense of humor. I jest, but do I? Oh, it's fun. It's fun. No, here comes some poor son of a bitch meat wagon. Some guys in the meat wagon. I guess his Sunday's ruined, huh? His bank account may be ruined too. Bullet, stop. No. We had a guy roar up the road here just before I started doing this up in one of these historical life. Yeah, this was an historical Corvette. I saw a number, well, there goes another one right now. I saw a number of these historical sort of restored Corvettes on the way home from church today. This thing was loud. Now, sometimes we get some of these motorcycle guys coming by here that are loud, but this thing was really loud. I mean, I've been near a lot of loud engines in my life, both in the farming situation and just, how should we say, roaming around down south with some bad company in the past. But this was really loud, and I was thinking to myself, you know, obviously this guy's driving a penis. He's driving his penis. Now, I like a loud, spurting penis. I don't know if I like it down on Worthington Road on a Sunday afternoon, making all that racket. Now here comes an example of a video that probably shouldn't be included, but I'm a relentless pack rat, as you might have gathered from looking around my house. And so it's got to go somewhere, so it's going to go up on YouTube with this video. Be careful, guys. Take care of yourselves. Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on 12 April. Just about 2 in the afternoon, Eastern Daylight Time. We seem to have a very loud bird overhead. I hope he doesn't take a dump on my materials here.